Yes.
Yeah, she said she was waiting on everybody else to get on. Okay, good. We're all here. What's up, Roger? What's down, Josh?
So we got RJ, Josh, and Rico.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So let's get into it. Where are you guys right now?
We're in two of us, RJ and Rico, myself. We're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Josh he's in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's not. I mean, it's far, but it's not far.
Right.
So how
Right.
how are you guys battling this COVID-19 pandemic?
Wow. We just staying safe in the house. We get together, spontaneously to do some new music or whatever, and then we kind of like go back into our little hobbit rooms or whatever, back to our houses, and just kind of stay safe out of it,
How about you?
I haven't. I've worked the entire time. When I go out, I wear my mask, I wash my hands, and I look at people crazy when they cough like everybody else do, because it's human nature. Be ready to fight. Like, if you don't get your face out of my face, we gonna fight.
Right. Right.
So it's definitely human nature to kind of feel some type of way about that, because I'm like, if I hear her cough one more time,
Yep. Right. Most definitely. And then there's two other members in the group. Alex and Frankie, and they're in Houston.
Oh, okay. And they couldn't.
But they're not gonna call in. They're not gonna call in tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, since I got you guys on, I guess we can start with my first question. How did you all, and just a brief summary, and before you answer a question, just announce who you are so I can credit the right information to the right person.
Okay.
How did you all get into music?
This is Rico. Well, initially, if we want to go way, way back, or you just want to start from like now, or how far back you want to go, because this goes back a long time.
Okay, so if this is Rico, you played instruments in the band, correct?
Yes, I do. I play guitar. I can play keyboards, but my main act is guitar. Okay. Like all the stuff that you heard on No Limit, guitar-wise, I play like Pushin Inside You. I played, every part of the guitar parts in that song. I actually wrote that song in 5 minutes because I really needed a song that was going to get us out of the broke section of life, Yes, indeed.
Okay, and then your dad is the one that actually helped you with your singing?
Yeah, you did your little homework, didn't you? Wow, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. My dad, he started me out doing music when I was 8 years old. We had a group, and I was very, very much influenced by Michael Jackson. And I actually used to sound exactly like Michael Jackson when I was younger, when my voice started to change and got a little deeper, I couldn't do those things.
Your manly voice.
But so what I realized early on, that I had a really strong gift to writing songs. I had a really good knack. And I don't know if you remember this song called, it was by this white group called, I think their name was Player or something. They had, Baby Come Back. Anyone fool could see I was wrong. And everything. You remember that song? Yep. Okay. That song sparked my writing. Like, I was on the freeway with my mom, and we were listening to that song. I was like, Mom, I could write a song like that. And in fact, I could write a song better than that. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, Mom, I can feel it. But in those words, I really felt where the guy was coming from. Like, it was like emotionally, I was tied in for some odd reason. I don't know why. I was so young. I didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that, but I understood where that guy was coming from. And so then that's what sparked my writing juices that really start taking off. And then I was 13, going on 14. I got my first record deal with Motown. And the very first song that I ever wrote and recorded, it was a Friday. We recorded the song. The next morning, I woke up. I saw a guy playing the guitar in the park. And I went over there and started playing the guitar for him. He was like, "Hey, man, you're really good for a young guy." I said, "Well, I got a song. You want to hear it?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I played him the song. He was like, "No, man, that's not you." I was like, "Yeah, man, I just did this song." So he said, "Go home. I'm going to hook you up with with Anna Gay Gordy, which is Berry Gordy's sister and Marvin Gaye's wife." And about an hour later, she called me. And the next weekend, we were down in Los Angeles signing the deal with Motown.
Okay, I researched that too.
Oh, wow. You really did your homework.
I need to do better. I do too much homework sometimes.
No, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, so I learned a lot from there and whatever. And then, but I didn't make any money. So speed up a little bit. I meet Master P. He comes from New Orleans to Richmond, California, and we meet at a barbershop. At my buddy's barbershop, he worked there, and his name is Alamo. So I saw his Master P's picture, and I was like, "Yo, man, who are these cats?" He said, "Oh, that's Master P from New Orleans." So about 5 minutes later, he walks in. He walks in with Silk, C, Murder, Serve On, Moby Dick. I mean, it was about like 10, 11, or it might have been about 15. He always walks around with a group of guys all the time, right? And P was always in the head of the group, you know. And so P comes in, and he's like hilarious. Like I tell people, he can actually be a comedian. So he had the whole barbershop laughing and whatever. So he decided to sit by me, and we started having this little quick conversation. He said, "Hey, man, you sing, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I sing." And he said, "Yeah, I saw you the other weekend at the Black Family Day in Sacramento. You guys did really, really well, man." So he said, "If ever I make it, I'll help you. Whatever you make it, will you help me?" And I was like, "Sure, man. You know, I definitely will help you. It's no problem. I like how you came, you know." So that was cool. So, long story, P hooked up with E40's uncle, St. Charles. St. Charles gave P the game on how to really make it in the music industry, how to, finagle a couple of things and make some things look good, at the same time selling a boatload of records. So he took that whole process down south. He blew up. He blew up big. Then we came to Los Angeles. We seen P, gave him Pushin Inside You. We sold 4 million copies in 3 weeks, and we never looked back. Yeah.
That was crazy.
And it was crazy. And then, Josh can interject some of his stuff, and then when we get past that, I'll tell you how we got with RJ.
He's like
my son.
He's like, I've been interviewing all my life. I got all the answers.
Go ahead, interject, Josh. Okay, so man, we were on. Master P put us on the Bout It soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Our timing was just spot on. And that Pushin Inside You was on the Bout It soundtrack. And, that soundtrack blew up. And, from there it was on. And, we come to tour, doing Pushin Inside You. And, we were just all over the place. And then, the next thing you know, it's like, that blew up so big. Master P, I guess, was the man for his next movie. It was big, so, I got the hookup that he put out. And, he heard some. He said, "Hey, man, tell him about that, we actually had to go to Los Angeles and go back a little bit and finish the album." And it was like, we had to, finish the album in 24 hours. So we were locked down in the studio. And it almost feels like now being locked down on the right. come to the same thing. Yeah, we was like in the studio and man, we were recording as crazy. It was like LL Cool J come through there and Montel George and these are various people that possibly might have gotten on the album, but we were so busy working, we finished it, we turned it in to P and P ended up hearing a track which was the song Get I Got the Hookup. And he said, man, I like that song so much, man. He was like, I want to feature that as my first single off the I Got the Hookup soundtrack. And he was like, man, that's what's up, because Pushin Inside You did so well on the first on Bout It soundtrack. Right? We were kind of like recreating history, you know. So it was just an amazing one, and it was just great, you know.
Right. And
so,
when you say that, because that definitely was a huge part of history. And I was like, dang, that was definitely that love making stuff from back in the day. When you doing stuff, you got no business. RJ, did you tell me how you got into music? I don't think you did.
I got into music. You would say I got it. Oh, you got it? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I got into music back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. I want to say I'm 30 years old now, so.
Like I'm old.
Back in like 98, 97. I was actually sitting at home with my auntie and what it was. I think it was back when 112 and Biggie Smalls came out with that song. I forgot the name of the song. No, it was that, oh, I need to know. So, I really didn't know. I knew how to sing at the time, but my auntie used to come put us together, me and my cousins, and we used to pretend like we was the group, and I'd be the lead singer. Mm-hmm. And one day she heard me singing a song. She was like, hey, go ahead. You got some vocals on you. So, I just started singing. Like, when I seen it on the entertainment, the video on TV, I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. All right. You were inspired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was inspired.
All right. So.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody's in. I'm sorry?
This is John. That was the thing. I just want to interject. I mean, some people are born to do what they do. And it's like, it doesn't matter. He's just a gift. I call him the hitmaker. He's just a gift. No matter what he sings on, he can make it a hit. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, what kind of style it is, whatever. If it's a cappella, I could just be playing the piano. Me and Rico, he's playing the guitar, playing the piano. He just starts singing something that sounds amazing. He's truly gifted and blessed with and that. I like to say that RJ, he does it. Well, you got to remember, with No Limit, Josh and I have sold together 50 million records worldwide. And when I heard RJ sing, I couldn't believe it. Because I was initially looking for a guy who sounded similar to like Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. And my buddy that worked at Walmart here in Baton Rouge said he had a little buddy who actually sounded like Chris Brown, and he actually had the good look, And I was like, man, come on, man, the guy can't live here. There's no possible. He said, man, I'm telling you, you got to hear this guy, right? And so we hooked up. I heard what he was doing. I couldn't believe it, and we hooked up. And I tell him all the time, man, you are going to give a jolt to the R&B industry, and you're going to give Chris Brown a run for his money. Like, the only thing that separates him and Chris Brown is Chris Brown can dance. The little boy can go. He can dance his butt off. RJ can dance, but not like that. I mean, that's a whole nother level of dancing.
He's not that flexible.
Yeah, not that flexible. He's good. And then as far as, like, when we have this chemistry when we write our songs,
You get okay. This is how we do it. We have a beautiful chemistry that we have going on. Now you got to imagine, Josh and I are cut from the Prince, the Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire. You know that carpet. So we came from an era where we had to write extremely strong hooks. Extremely strong hooks. If you didn't have a hook, especially when I was in Motown, they were not hearing it. So what happened, I usually come with a beat, and I come with a very strong hook, and then RJ comes, he puts that beautiful shine on it, and then he, as far as the verses, the cadence is what's now. So it brings our whole sound into the now, but it's so strong that it makes the records now, but everlasting as well, if you will. So that's what we have. We have a wonderful chemistry going. And then what I do is, before I get with RJ, I send it to Josh, and he fine-tunes it. He's like, okay, we're going to throw this out, we're going to put this in, try this, and I guarantee we're going to have what we need. And when I tell you it works out, it's like Motown used to do it back in the day. They used to kind of run a song through a meal. Like, okay, well, this person says we need this, we need to add this. And when they came out with the song, it was phenomenal. So we have kind of like the same process.
Okay. I like the fact that y'all value. I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Like an assembly line process. Yeah, you're right.
I like that y'all do that, though. It's kind of, the teamwork aspect of a group. So,
right.
Like, do you think we can get groups back again the way that you guys are in this era?
Yeah. Listen, we're bringing it back. When you actually hear, we just did another interview last night, and I said the guy, the interview to similar, like, some other music, and he was blown away. He was like, man, you guys are really, what's going to happen is we're going to bring back all the people that love Sons of Funk back in the day, and all the new people that's going to love Sons of Funk. So what we're going to do is create a whole other love for R&B, and we're looking to go where Michael Jackson left off. And that's where we are.
Okay, that's awesome. And this is Joshua?
No, that was Rico.
Rico? Okay. Okay. Now, and this is a question I would like for you all to answer because you're separate people at the end of the day. What would you be doing if we take music out of the equation?
Go ahead, RJ. I don't know. To be honest. Right? I don't know. I just be living a normal life.
I'm sorry, y'all. My dogs are cutting up. I apologize.
That's okay. They're right. They live too. They in the COVID too.
I really want to take them and drop them off down the street and just be done. But, okay. I'm sorry. So you don't know what you'd be doing if you couldn't do music?
I'm probably just working.
Working where?
Right now I do plant work. So
okay.
I build castles right now. So I don't know. But if it wasn't music in the situation, I probably would never be in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Because music changed my life. Like, if I ain't, wanted to chase a dream, I'll probably be in the streets doing some stuff I ain't supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Go ahead, Josh. Oh, yeah. So, I like working with kids. I'd probably be, I grew up, my father was a pastor, and I grew up as a kid in church playing the piano. So I'm a pastor's kid, and I've always been around, choirs and people singing, and I played the piano. In high school, I played for the jazz band, the gospel choir. Anything I can play, I was playing for. It's like So I did that, and I just like being around people, kids. I go, in the school district, and I would probably be maybe trying to teach kids music, because I think that's something that's essential or fundamental. I think, how nowadays is like, budget cuts in America. They go into the schools and they cut out all these programs. Sometimes they cut out sports, different things. They cut out the music program. And I always say, I hate when I hear that they do that, because I believe music is a language, a universal language. It's like everybody has to have music. There's a song that you can go back to probably your childhood or your young adult life that makes you remember the good times, the bad times, when you were in love. That's the power of music. And I believe I would probably be teaching kids music, or you working with some kind of music program.
Okay, all right. I like that. Okay, now, next.
Rico. All right, let me tell you. How can I say this? I am music, and music is me. After I got older and after I achieved my what I was trying to achieve initially in music, I got a master's degree in psychology, and I'm a counselor now, right? And I help inner city youth, whatever, try to make sure that they don't get tangled up with the police, so whatever. However, besides that, if I didn't have music, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably perished. Two things that keep me alive that I can control, that I love dearly. One is jogging, and the other one is music. And I don't think that if I could do either one of those, there wouldn't be a Rico ever again. Because music is my love language. Music is my speech. Music is I would do it if I didn't make any money, because I love it that much, and I love to get out my ideas, and I love to express my feelings and other people's feelings. It's my love language.
Wow.
And that's what it is.
You're passionate about it.
Yeah, and that's who I would be.
Okay.
I would definitely perish. So if I didn't have music.
Wow. Well, thank God for music, because we would not be having this conversation. So,
yes, indeed.
Speaking of music, what new projects are you guys working on? You said y'all were like in the kitchen cooking. So, what's cooking?
Okay. So we got these new songs. We got this new hot one that's rolling on Spotify. It's called "Stupid." Mm-hmm. And "Stupid" is a banger. It's a club banger. It's a radio banger. It's all around song. And I must say, we got a multitude of those kind of songs. And it's saying that a guy who lends himself to love, and he actually finds what he thinks is the perfect girl, but then he finds out that she's texting this dude, and but he lets her know, I see what you're doing, and I'm not stupid. And that's basically the gist of the song, And I think everybody from age 20 on up has an actual experience of that type of situation, male or female,
Okay. And then, is that the only project that you have out now?
No, we have more songs that's on Spotify. We have a host of new songs, but that's the one that we're pushing right now. That we're trying to achieve another major deal with, and then once we lock that up, then we have some more pop songs that's going to really take us into the like I say, the Bruno Mars, the Michael Jackson type genre of music.
Okay, you crossed over, which is awesome. Like from R&B from back in the day from the 90s to now. Was that hard to transition, or you just kind of been going with the flow ever since?
I'll be honest with you, with the script. Let me tell you what I found out. what I found out was that the now music is really repetitive. And if you don't realize how repetitive it is, it will miss you, you know. So, and I saw a lot of guys that came from my era who are trying to do it, but they didn't pick up on how these young guys are really doing their music, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to have a strong hook, but it's a repetitive thing. It's a cadence situation that you got to adhere to. You know, it's just like anything else. Remember, one thing you always got to remember, it's not the one who's strong survives, it's the one who knows how to change survive. And if you can go with the change, you will always be on top.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that you answered my next question, so I don't even know if I want to ask it now. Shame on you. And if you could change something about music today, what would that be?
If I had to what?
If you could change something about music today, what would that be?
Nothing. I wouldn't change anything about what is going on today, because you got to remember, I hear some weird noise going on. I don't know if it's my phone or whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm jogging, my bad.
Oh, you jogging? Somebody's like, what?
Put it on mute.
God, dog. All I hear, I was like, okay, somebody riding in the wind.
Yeah, what is that?
I didn't want to say anything, but you know.
What is that? So, yeah, no, you know, it's like for somebody that came from another time, and when we were really, you know, prevalent, it would be like wrong for them to say, well, y'all should be doing it. Like, no, we doing it the way we want to do it. I'm not going to change nothing the way these youngsters are doing what they want to do, because it's their time, it's their era.
Right.
You know, I have to fit in and learn what I already know, and then make my own situation. Exactly, and that's exactly what we did. So I wouldn't change anything. I mean, because how can we change time?
Right. Right.
You know, yeah. I would. I love it. Go ahead. RJ speaking. I would change the substance in the music. And R&B music is not the same. Okay.
Expound.
I would bring real R&B back, because R&B not the same no more. R&B is like rap now.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm waiting on you to catch your breath so you can get it all out. Who were your favorite collabs or collaborations?
And who's that for?
Have you collaborated with anybody? I mean, that could have been yeah.
Yeah, like recently we just did one with a guy named Forever Hood, who's on the record Stupid with us, and another little guy, because we got different versions of it. His name is Sean Baby. And they're very, very talented cats. They rap, and they're from Louisiana, and they're extremely hungry, and you can hear it when they deliver their verses or whatever. And there's really this humble cats just, you know, waiting in the wings to do their thing, you know. And outside of that, before, like, No Limit time, you know, who we really like to hang out with, Josh and I like to collab with, but we really hung out with him a lot, with Silk. Yeah. That was our blessing. We hung with Silk. You could see Josh, Silk, and myself together all the time. We were always together. He was a good guy. And look, it was such a trip. So he would like get these abundance of clothes, right? And he had a house in Sugar Land. And then he was like, Reek, you and Josh, y'all fly to my house, man, and just get all the clothes that y'all want, because I got too much and I got a whole nother boatload coming. So I called Josh. I said, it's time to go shopping at Soup. You know what? Yeah, it was shopping at Soup. Josh, I was excited, but I would always get the short end of the stick, because Silk is about 6'7", like all of them. P, Silk, Steve Murder, they're tall. They look at them like basketball players. And Rico is 6'3", so he's tall. I'm a little under 6 foot, So Rico always got the best stuff when we were shopping the shop. And I would be like, I see some stuff I wanted. It'd be like, the sleeves would either be too long, the pants were too long, the shoes would be too big. So I still found a lot of stuff, but Rico would always get the best, get the good stuff. Yeah, I get the good stuff, so it was a wonderful time. Yes, it is. Wow.
Now, name a song that you've released that others may not know about or know that you did it.
Go ahead, Josh. I know when people don't really realize it. Josh and I actually we wrote this song in like 3 minutes.
What song?
I'll go. We did a song for Fiend, Feel My Pain. And we wrote that song in 3 minutes. I mean, if you go back and watch it, you'll see it in the video, but people really didn't know that, for one, that we were part of Beats by the Pound, because we also produced as well as just, a singing group. We were producers as well. So he needed a radio hit, and I was like, okay, man, let me sing. And it just hit me. And I gave Josh the chord. I was playing the guitar, and he came up with the piano parts, and it was just phenomenal. I mean, like, it rolled so fast. We recorded it, I think, in 2 days. We were in Los Angeles shooting the video. And next thing you know, it was all over the radio.
Wow. Yeah. What year was it? When was this?
That was, 98. Was it 97? 97, 98? Yeah, it was late 90s. 95, early 2000, something like that. Yeah. Right. It was right before Fiend's album came out. Yeah.
Okay.
And yes,
so you're not touring? Are you getting in on these doggone Instagram battles? Like, who would you want to battle with if you had the opportunity? Not to stir up trouble, but
honestly, let's see, who we want to battle? Really? I mean, go ahead, guys. I don't know who I want to battle. That's the trouble, because it's like, our group is so, like, I mean, we do everything. It's like, I'll tell you why that question is hard, because a lot of these groups now, they, you see them, they sing and dance or whatever, you see them in the video, but a lot of artists don't know how to play instruments. So we get out on stage, we, write our own stuff, but we could actually be on stage and play live. We really play. Yeah, like a band. So that kind of separates us from a lot of artists. But, there's so many talented people out here. Everybody has their own little niche and everything. But I think that's what puts us in a different category, a different genre. Right. From today's artists. Yes.
Okay. I know you probably get this all the time, just because it's a pretty standard question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because sometimes you may change your mind. Like, things like the pandemic may bring out a different type of expectation from you, when it's dealing with love, life, loss, and things like that. So, what do you want to be known for?
Go ahead, Josh. I'll answer, then I'll let RJ answer. I think I just want to leave a legacy where we connect with people, no matter what race, color. We brought the ability through our music to connect people, and have a good time. Everybody, there's so much negativity going on in the world nowadays. People want to dance, they want to laugh, they want to love, they want to party. Yeah. I feel like that's what, that's the legacy I want to leave behind. When people hear our music, they think of a good time, They think of, it's like that group, that music brought joy to me. I remember when that song came out, I was doing it, and life was good. It's like, there's so much negativity going around now. It's like, I just want to connect people, and, when they listen to that music, they can go back and reminisce and feel good inside about, Sons of Funk. That's Man, they were amazing group. And, I want our legacy to last forever.
Yeah. I concur with him. I look at our music as I want everybody to party, but with the halo of love. You know what I mean? Let's have fun and just keep love involved, and then we'll go into a different and wonderful life. Hey, go ahead, RJ. How you feel?
I want to be known for just being a good person at heart. I want to take my talents and get, enough attention in the world so I can change people's lives.
Yeah.
I want to make a big effect on people, as not just musically, but helping them out.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, you said what now?
No, I was like, this is Josh. I was like, he's one of the realest people. He's uncut, unfiltered. He's trying to tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I appreciate that quality about him. It's like, it's like more people need to be like that. It's like, this is what it is. It's like, and I believe that, like, the more successful we become, he's going to help a lot of people, man, that, he connects with people, like, on a different level. And it's like, he's going to help a lot of people just,
Okay.
Come together and we could.
So, if you guys, like, could do anything now, to use your platform for good, what would that look like for you?
What we can do especially right now, is just, if we make a multitude of money again, help some folks, help the homeless, you know what I mean? Because where we're from, in California, I believe that 53% of the United States population of homeless is in where we grew up. And I definitely want to help them. And I also, I'm really, really got a soft spot for the veterans, men and women who've been to the war, who's suffering from, post-traumatic stress. I really want to help them as well, because I feel like those people put their lives on the line for my freedom, and I would love to help them. That's really what I want to do,
Okay. Anybody else?
What was the question? I like to...
What? No, I'm kidding.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
If you could,
I heard a platform.
yeah, if you could use your platform for good, what would that look like for you? How would you do that?
If I could use my platform for good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I never really thought about that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Fair enough.
Somebody's like, I'm working on it. I ain't got time for this shenanigans tonight.
If I could use my platform for good, how would it work for me?
No, what does that look like? Like, say, for instance, with me, and I don't get into politics, because when you get into politics, you want to kill somebody, so,
right.
Like, in what way, either with your music or your full-time job, like, in a philanthropic way, how would you use your platform for good?
I don't know. I can't say.
Would you? I like pose it like this.
Go ahead.
I would say, I don't know. Go ahead, Rico.
Would you help the homeless? Would you help family members? Would you help other?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you better make me understand it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would help people. I mean, especially if it came out good for me, you know, and, you know, I feel like, how Rico says, a lot of homeless people, you know, on the streets, you know. I mean, I would help a lot of people with jobs, stuff like that. I would create jobs, you know. I try to start a business and hire people, you know, give them a better way out instead of, you know, paycheck to paycheck. Right. Yep. Instead of being stuck in a category, you know, you got the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Middle class still poor because they make it harder when you get to the middle class. So, I mean, I just want to help people. Help people. If I can get out of the situation that I'm in, and if Rico can make this happen for us, then I'm going to make it happen for somebody else. You heard that.
Okay, all right. I like that. Rico, you sound like the man up in there with the master plan.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
So, I have two more questions. My next question is, what is one of your dopest studio sessions?
Oh, you know what? Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you this what I consider one of my dopest studio sessions. I remember one time we recorded Master P, and and I kept telling him, "No, P, that's not it. That's not it." We kept going over. I was like, "I need you to say it like this." And I was trying to bring this one little particular element out of him, and then he said, "You know what, Reed? We're sitting here for the next week or two until you think whatever you need to get right." And from when he told me that, now remember, at this point in time, this man had every $1 million you can imagine in his bank account. So I felt like if he could humble himself that much to say, "Hey, man, I recognize you as somebody who's extremely good at what you do. I also recognize the fact that if you know who I am your boss. You telling me, no, we're not leaving here till we get it right, then I learned about humility and being humble by watching him say that to me. And that was one of the dopest studio sessions I think I've ever been in.
Wow.
It was a really great lesson I learned from him. Amongst a lot of other lessons I learned from Pete. Like, he was always teaching, always. And if you didn't pick up the things that if he was showing us, he's like, "This is how you do this." A lot of people didn't adhere to it, but I was like soaking it up like a sponge. I really did. So, Josh, which one of yours?
Okay, I would say it wasn't a studio session, but I would say when we performed at the Essence Festival in 2017, I like the rehearsal. I like getting together with the rehearsal for a show like that because, you know, you get to see all your peers and everybody's there. You know, everybody's giving their all. Everybody's coming together. Everybody's supporting everybody, and it was really cool. Like, we were there and on stage performing. John Singleton, rest in peace, the late John Singleton, walked in because he was supposed to be, I guess, filming Master P's biopic, a movie that was supposed to be coming out with. You know, God rest his soul, he was a really nice guy, and you know, it was just everybody was on board, man. And to meet all your peers in the rehearsals and different things like that, it's amazing.
Okay.
Well,
So then my last question, are you ready? So everybody can get back to exercising and doing what they were doing.
all right.
Where can our readers follow you?
What's your Instagram, Reed?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
Where can our readers follow you?
Oh, Rico, Sons of Funk, Yeah, you on IG, on Instagram, Rico Sons of Funk, or you can pull me up on Facebook, Rico Crowder. I'm very transparent. I'm right there. If you want to ask me some questions, we right there. So again, it's Rico Sons of Funk and Rico Crowder on Facebook.
Okay, and then
RJ, what is yours?
Mine is Money Music, RJ. That's music with MUZIK, ARJAY.
All right.
And Josh, I'm in the process of redoing my little social media page. So you can find me through Rico and RJ for the music. We always together. So yeah, we all have me. So we always together. That's right.
okay, and then I guess my other question is, so I know that you guys are pushing your new album. Are you working on anything else? Any other projects on the side?
No,
Okay.
we are like thoroughly immersed in making this happen. And once we do, now we have some other artists that we're coming along. Like we have a Castis, we have a few other artists that we're going to be bringing along. However, right now we are thoroughly immersed and focused on making this happen because Sons of Funk, we do have the name, and it's easier to open the doors with what we have now. And then once that happens, and we secure another major deal, then we're going to bring on the other artists, and that's going to be in for a treat because these guys are extremely talented.
Okay, and I'm going to definitely subscribe to your channels just to kind of, listen to your old and new vibes and put that information out there. So, is there anything else that anything else that you'd like to share that we did not cover?
Not for me. I feel like we touched all the bases. How about you or RJ? Josh?
Yeah, go check out that new single, Stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Out on YouTube, all platforms.
Yes, yeah.
So this is Josh. Yeah, check out our new stuff, and then you go on YouTube and you check out our videos coming through. And we know right now that it's due to this coronavirus thing. There's no concerts and stuff like that, but we just want the people, if you like the music, just stay patient because we will be. I believe it's all going to turn around and we'll be doing concerts again, and it might be in different, I don't know, like a live streaming or whatever, but we still will be able to see us, probably see it live. So just stay tuned, and we put on such a great show. I just, you love our people. When you see it in person and see our show, you'll love it even that much more. So,
yeah. And we are on Spotify under Sons of Funk.
Okay, I'm ready to subscribe right now.
All right.
So thank you so much. I think I have your photos. And
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yep. Good night.
All right, good night. Thank you.